Unfortunately, none of them have added wings or cartilage or any unnatural thing that would you would think they might have. But beyond that,
August back to school.
Monday, September 1st.
Labor Day.
It is Labor Day when we celebrate women giving birth. But beyond that,
I thought it's like,
Is your aftershave made from feces?
you know, like labor, like wages.
Oh, so I misunderstood.
You can celebrate women if you want.
No, that's just any women. Women in the act of giving birth.
Labor, yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, that's kind of what Labor Day was about. It's anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's a national holiday. Beyond that, it is September. We are entering into autumn. And you know what that means?
What?
Green festive season.
Ooh, let's trigger a bunch of people. Did you get your pumpkin spice latte?
Not yet, and I'm not going to until Monday. They're available.
They're available.
Every time I go to get my iced tea from the Starbucks, I see this big sign, pumpkin is here. But I ain't touching it.
Your girl's got no nose.
I mean, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Pumpkin spice latte in August? No. Hope we don't play that. I mean, why? Well,
That's great. Whoever got that, that's Homie the Clown reference from In Living Color from the 90s. Yeah, Homie don't play that.
that's right. We don't play that.
Beautiful.
I know. I mean, you know, what a show for, I don't know, fruitcake on the 4th of July. A little bit of eggnog. No.
Okay, fine, Charles.
But that's September the 1st. They'll take it. But I'm going to have to do it late at night before they close. Because it's too hot in this part.
I'm a
September.
cool, baby, cool.
It never feels like autumn here in September. You're lucky by mid-October.
Even then, it's still really scorching.
We've had hot Halloweens.
Yeah.
Not that many, but we have had them. But that brings me to build up to the retail holiday season. You know, I always love that. We have the first is the great feast of St. Halloween, and then St. Thanksgiving, which generally is only celebrated by supermarkets now because the other stores don't have turkeys to pop on. Christmas, which the Christmas stuff generally starts showing up 3 or 4 weeks before Halloween. So you have this period, this weird nightmare before Christmas. 1 hour is Christmas stuff. The next hour is Halloween. And then Christmas will come, I promise. As soon as it's over, as soon as New Year's is over, red hearts for St. Valentine's Day. Two strange places, you'll have some green shamrocks for the Irish. And then that all gets swept away for Easter lilies and eggs.
Watch the
that's
uppercut.
Go on. And then, when that's gone, summer.
You gotta follow through with the uppercut.
I think.
Well, that's the 4th of July. Once they take out the flags.
Watch your opponent's eye.
Yes. What's the point?
Don't leave yourself open.
But yeah, I do, you know, summer for me, and it's not just because of the
Try and build up a
combo.
combo.
That nature. Summer for me is something to be more than 15.
Watch your opponent.
And, you know, it just,
I'm gonna beat you silly.
for instance, I mean, I'm going back to Austria of the 18th.
Only one of us walking away from this.
The 4 kids. We've already been done in the 70s. It was around September 1st.
You won't lay a glove on me.
Austria, as in the east and a lot of other state places. September is part of all.
Up and together.
So, downhill temperatures to be stricken. Some of them more than that.
Use your rights.
I know people will be going back to Truma. Oh, that's fair enough. I have for the Terran clan,
Use your
special
jab to
gifts.
get the rain.
Won't tell you what they are. They're very particular. Won't make sense to you old family.
Keep it
But
up.
that'd be less than young Terrans. Actually, even old Terrans can do something for all of them. All the 11.
I ain't pulling any punches.
Which also tells you it could have been that expensive.
What could? Oh yeah.
Don't make me mad.
I mean, it really
You're
look,
listening to
if
Johnny
every
the
single
Love
thing I
Giant,
got for the
only
low,
on the station
every
for
single
another
thing I got
nation.
for
The rare,
Jesus,
like a
that's-
bald man's
I'm
hair,
not
gonna
gonna
make
hurt
you
ya.
move.
So, I think I bring it back.
Hey,
Maybe I go vote for Frankie's and walk around. I bring back gold votes for you guys.
Well, that's generally the policy. In one way or another. Yeah, you have to.
Oh, brother Arthur. No, seriously though, I am looking forward to seeing everybody. I've had so far a good time here. There are a lot of people I have not yet seen. Partly because I've not been in town very long in any given setting. And then I got sick. For today,
around this part of town.
the biggest social thing was a week ago. It was a wedding. I was able to make it through the mass, and I literally spent half an hour at the reception.
Yeah.
And that was it. So, for anybody I know watching this, I'm annoyed because I haven't seen you yet. I will try.
you don't need it now.
Promise. We're a little over 2.5
Yo,
weeks.
my dog. Piece of shit.
On the other hand, just bear in mind too that Christmas is coming. The geese are getting fat. I hope that our
How exhilarating to have you visit, sir. Try on anything you want, sir.
It's still.
Is that the first time since the fire?
I'm going through. Well, when I first got back in July, I go up there, and actually, it's amazing how much stuff has been prepared since then.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid it's not going to be what it was. I was a real mess.
Thank you,
But
sir.
anyway, we're here now. And on a lighter, happier note, instead of something trust me. Sun has gone supernova, you know? Yeah, I got a little bit of a tip from my neighbors.
It was a pleasure.
Fundraiser is going well for Turkey Lurkey Day. If you hear some talking or something like that, that's just the operators. It's going quite well right now.
It's a special appeal for money for the Turkey Lurkey thing.
Yeah.
God knows you can see the girls rehearsing and going to I mean, they're doing very well, so but I was going to tell you, my next door neighbor, across the street neighbor, got no power on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Are you ready for this?
Okay.
They
Yeah.
accused me of going in and rearranging their furniture at night.
They accused you of going in and not stealing, rearranging.
Yeah, coming in and rearranging the living room, kitchen, the other room, so the bedroom. Can you imagine something of that insane?
It's pretty insane. Did you do?
It's
Well,
not
they
every
caught
day you hear that record.
They caught you
Oh, wait.
rearranging.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I don't
Rock
think
with Tommy on the
quite
deck.
the same way.
Thank you,
Well,
sir.
volunteers from the Braille Institute.
Oh.
That's funny.
People say I get my production secret.
Anyway,
What? You played tricks on the blind? You rearranged the furniture on the blind?
not
That's
that
what
why they can see. I didn't think
What?
caught me. I didn't think
Braille
caught me.
Institute?
I didn't think caught me.
Catch it Thursdays on Weasel.
I'm actually rather curious. How did they get?
didn't mean it the way it sounded.
Yeah, you're being hyperbolic.
Yeah, what he said, that word, hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Seriously, you don't want.
Is you high?
And one of my favorite lines is, well, if you're not guilty, you have nothing to fear. There's nobody, and I mean nobody, is completely innocent of every misdeed. How would you like all your parking tickets made public? How would you, there's a reason why the courts suppress all kinds of things.
Yeah.
That's because, for one thing, they're in a position to understand circumstances in a way the general public and the media are often not.
Right.
So, if you're particular circumstances of a given thing are kind of unsavory, that may not necessarily reflect on the person who's the perp.
Yeah.
You come into a situation that's really awful, and let's say other people don't know the reason for it. Why should you get hung with the blame?
Right.
So there are a lot of reasons why all kinds of archives have secret sections. And given that the church more than most deals with questions of conscience and so on and so forth, all more. But I mean, there are things that come out as years have gone by. And
back in the house with the
can't
main
recount
man,
some of
Julio
the
G,
other
of course, on
archives.
Radio Los Santos.
The Vatican, after a while, they release things. But there are things like signed in the archives of the Holy Office, signed contracts for the devil, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, the partaken.
Bringing it back to you right off the street. Let me tell you about it. Ice Cube, I gotta break it for you. Check yourself. Everybody's calling for this record, man. Even though he left NWA, he's been doing great on his own, man. So we can't be mad at Ice Cube. So let's get into it, though. Radio Los Santos, Ice Cube. Check yourself.
Why doesn't the whole world shriek about the Christian bird in the sky? That's not secret. But it doesn't maybe know it. Maybe know it. Mustn't have made it good.
Are the secret archives digital? Or are they physical?
Well, the Vatican archives are primarily physical. But a lot of them are consultable on them.
Oh, okay, because I was just wondering if you could get hacked or something.
That'd be hard. But
the church would never do that, dude.
yeah, that'd be kind of hard to do.
Church is not going to blackmail you, though.
Because
You know what would happen if a priest tried to use information from the confessional,
You
dude?
can't find them threads at no swap meet.
I literally can't.
Man, why you trying to fade me?
What's
I can't.
in there is not online. But it is pretty freely accessible. Go there, it's just gone.
Okay, well, I like that system. I'm glad it's not digital. I was really worried it's digital because I feel like if it's digital, someone's going to get at it.
Oh, no, only American readers.
Okay, Von Day Radio has a question. He says, Dear Vinny, as an upstanding Catholic publishing type, what are your thoughts on the contemporary application of the Church's teachings on the just wage and just price? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, just wait.
She's too nice to be a
Just
hoe.
crossing that out. What
You're going to have to go talk with HR about some of our policies, some of our guidelines.
is that what they're calling them now? I'll tell you what, most employees around here are talking about those threats.
That's really sad that some of the rules are misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Failing to appear exactly on time. Twice in a row.
That's the one.
With determination.
Okay.
No
There's so much
reason
opportunity. It makes me sad.
No
There's
severance pay.
so much
Pop right over here.
opportunity for
I smoke because it gives me
enterprising
knowledge.
individuals
Do you shower in doo-doo?
at Tumblr House, and
What is
I
this
just
shit
wish
you're
people
drinking?
would recognize that opportunity. I mean,
All right, well, let me ask you a question then. Why
Let me
isn't
pass up a
HMO
double D.
for the employees here?
Not exactly
Why
premium
is
liquor, is it?
carrier brand, yes. The HMO that you've got is an aromatherapist.
Man, this is so ghetto. Oh, what up, man?
that's
Don't you think that's a little cheap?
well,
That's
we
the one.
focus on proactive measures rather than reactive measures. Our job is to take care of people
Man,
so
you a
well that
true
they don't
friend.
get sick, so you don't need health care.
That's
Kimmy,
great.
what is this shit
There's
you're
all sorts
drinking?
of things. I mean, there's all sorts of wonderful information out there about vitamins, omega-3s. Do you even know what that is? Omega-3.
And also, what is it? Relative
Come on, CJ, please. Don't treat me like a hoe. I'm a homegirl, not a hoe. Come on.
Hey, Denise, baby, I'm gonna treat you so good, I'll pick you up later.
This tastes like some spit. Ice cold. I don't think that was meat in that taco. Move, bitch! And you get fresh meat hook?
What you lagging, bro?
Oh, you motherfucking smooth! Let's
Now,
And then you detective.
smoking your money.
I said a boost to mental health. Here, it's funny.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Move, homie!
Fam, the station for classic hip-hop.
Shit, I know you just didn't crash into my car.
How? Work for the church.
What's up, Romeo?
Hey there, girl.
Let's go eat someplace.
Cool, baby girl.
I shouldn't say this. But anyway. Social dancing is so great. Why doesn't the church use that?
While we here, we should do a drive-by.
Okay,
Ain't it great
wanna
round
shoot
here?
shit? That's fine by me.
Why would you, man? Well, for attempting some church social teaching.
to kill me
that
more.
shit.
Come on, come
Don't make me
on.
come out my face.
Thank you, Center.
Take me home, Romeo. I want to open a beauty shop one day.
I'm listening. You think that's funny?
Man, give me something to trip out. Careful.
Okay, relax, though.
What's going on here?
You think I'm special, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Move out my way, fool.
Hey, you damaged my bike.
Wait a minute.
I'm an excellent judge of character.
I'm listening. Honest.
Maybe it's a little bit more complicated. But basically, what I'm trying to
Yeah, what's that?
is it's hard to when the value of the output. Well, when
Give me
the
them
value-
chips.
Right. You see, one day thing. So it's like, well, how? It's a, you know.
I always been into gang banging.
Yeah.
Oh, dog, get out the way.
Watch yourself.
You a comedian?
Relax, Buster.
Dude, this right here is just too much. That's too much.
DJ my nail.
It's not me, dude. Fucking computer going just ape shit.
Treat me nice. See me again.
Bye, girl.
See? What the hell, dude?
Oh, homie, you fixing that. I done smoked fools for less. these right here, proper.
Hey, baby.
Chronic endo, come see me. You want beef with group? Yeah, them my ducats now.
Baller's getting the takedown.
Hey, dog, hit that.
Yeah, in terms of like this outside of the
Move on out of there.
I can talk about that
Man, now that was my deal to strap on. Hey, pay a nigga.
Come on, I got to steal another car. And then compare that to the cost of living of someone.
You can't see me.
Totally.
The rhythm. Pay attention, y'all. You have no idea what you're missing.
We should get bigger. More bullets. You idiot.
If that was going to happen more prominently with the burgeoning.
Because it gives me a peace of mind.
Hey, this ain't no flower, fool.
Give me the proper, man.
Baller's gonna cry to mom.
Dog, I got quality shit right here.
This all you giving me?
You lift weights, I lift joints. Man, why you trying to fade?
You heard a person face.
Oh, Tim has a question on gerrymandering. He says, what's up gerrymandering doing? What solutions would Charles have to solve this real other than
You ain't know when I'm KO.
establishing the monarchy?
You won't lay a glove on me.
I always feel like gerrymandering by definition is partisan.
Get out the way, little bitch.
You can still the St. Gabriel Valley, geographically speaking.
Yeah.
Give me a drink of that.
Yes.
So, to put the St. Gabriel Valley together in such a way that it would be a safe sea.
Don't make me kick your ass.
Man, I got nothing to lose.
So, it'll be hard. Very hard. But if you somehow a non-partisan group of intelligent people to try to
I need your beer.
Whose weed is this anyway?
St. Gabriel Valley has
You crazy?
Create districts.
Damn!
It's shit.
What?
Button control.
I want that one. Hey man, see you later, dog. Have some fun with that.
Where's the laser scope when you need it?
This it? You ain't gonna catch me, bitch! What the hell? Watch yourself, dude. Ooh, ah! For the head.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Fully distracted. Oh, why is nothing?
Time to move on!
I didn't even touch you, bro. I didn't touch any of you. I didn't touch any of you.
I'm trying to start a band.
Cabron, move!
Where's my grid?
What else we got for sale here? Let's try them over here. Ooh, what's this?
Where's my grid?
I don't see a garage. See a garage.
What you been drinking? Hey, watch out! I'm almost there, homie.
Dickless asshole.
Clear the road, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm just Yeah, I really like French fries. Get this control now on the
The district that is the San Gabriel Valley, when election time comes, have Atticans. There's some safe seats. Good luck. And then, of course, I would force both parties to really try to sell their program to an audience that might not want to buy it.
Okay. Malabranch Davidian says, what was the lowest age at which a criminal offender could be eligible for the death penalty in the Papal States? How about in other Catholic countries that, as far as we know, were in compliance with church discipline and doctrine about death penalty, the treatment of children by the state? What, if any, explicit guidance on this topic was published in the Holy See, a la the minimum ages for contracting marriage under canon law?
I don't know. To be honest, I couldn't tell you what the minimum age for the death penalty was. I believe 16 is the minimum age for marriage in the Catholic. But the minimum age for execution, I really consider question. So, answer. You don't think I?
I got a place to be, asshole.
Minimum.
Come on, man, move. Hey, yo, what the fuck, fool? Don't make me get out my seat.
I've got to get out of here.
Hey, you know where you're at, Holmes? Oh, that piece of shit! You know where you at, fool? Get out the road, punk. You think this is a parade? Come on, man. Looking my way, yeah?
Shit, jalopy won't make it.
Stupid bastard!
Por favor.
And I ain't got all day. Hey, don't make me
What do we
kick
got
your
going on
ass.
here? Okay, daytime. All right.
Question from Von.
I mean, ever since I asked Google what she thought of Siri, and she said she's hot.
Okay.
Get out of the way, shithead!
All right.
I mean,
You don't want to make me mad, bro!
From Vonday Radio, final question for the episode. He says, what is your view on the National Security Memorandum 200, also known as the Kissinger Report?
that came out of President Nixon. 703 is the notion was to permit the United States to population control
Use your eyes!
destroying
Hot means get the hell out!
the Catholic Church and pay for it. And we're ripping the movement now. And elements of
What's your problem?
so fucking smart. Gee, why is that? I don't get it. Gee, you slaughter thousands of other people, and then they're not there to eat or pay taxes. Not being Kissinger, not being Nixon, and not intact, being Poland. I go to the future futures and the twilights. I'm just living in the future they created. I think it's
This all you giving me?
Catholic. Pay money.
Let's get back over here! What the fuck up?
Leave it one more time. Let's talk about some current
Give me
events.
that mark!
Out of my face,
Down in DC.
Sure,
What's going on?
10 people.
Give me them chips!
You're going to be?
Well, I mean, the thing is,
Yes, cabrón!
this is right?
Bloody gang!
Every now and then,
Hey, move
they
on!
don't give the attention.
That was
It's fine. I mean, he's my cousin.
you don't have a joke.
You hit
Come on,
me,
dude.
Buster. I'ma hit you
Putting it
back.
right in the way.
What in the world has really been occupying your mental space?
Hey, you can't.
Whoa! Oh my!
You're weighing in on.
A lot of things, actually.
Yeah.
But larger, you might say larger.
You cocksuckers!
Relationship.
Who let you drop?
Ouch! My fault. I just stood there like an idiot. Ouch! Ouch!
I like seeing blood. Love it. Give me that grip.
Feel my front.
Reshow. There were 4 things in my generation, and give the youngsters that.
If Leo rescued
Fucking lunatic, try to hit me.
Helping the young people hard legacy is something important, I think. Given my last. No, I'm not stuffing
Hey,
down
pay a
the
nigga.
immediately, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you get reached a certain age, you're very much aware of the fact that you're not going to be around for it. So, I would definitely say that carrying the fight out to the next generation is a big part of this, and I have that. And that fight includes things like parents. So.
Bishop Barron said something really interesting. Maybe we could get your comment on. Where I think he was complaining about some of the evils of the world, and one of the things he listed was the notion or concept of self-invention.
Yeah.
And by that, a culture where individuals believe they create their own identities, values, without external authority.
Which is madness. I mean, the truth is, look, everything I have, I inherited.
Yeah.
I don't make money. But my values, my understandings, my knowledge, all of it came to me from the past. From my dad, from various mentors in the church. They all helped to create.
Just doing this to help my man get back on his feet.
And that mental space has so far succeeded me pretty well against most killers. Against most challenges I've had to face. Now, obviously the next generations are going to have to face their own challenges, which probably I won't be around for most of them. But you want to leave as many weapons as you can. I really can't imagine living in that understanding. So you ask what's in my mind. Well, that's as you know, in Europe, staying in a school, a ton of brilliant kids, speaking around Europe in different groups. If I had the same
It better pick up around here soon.
I don't, so I know. But either way, for me, for right now, that's what I need to do. And it's those kinds of questions that keep me on my toes. You know, even our show has always been the way in which you got people.
Yeah.
I don't think we really began it that way. But it still became obvious for our listeners.
What up, dog?
Yeah.
And that in turn gives a certain responsibility. And it's one that gives it
Oh, this shit is whack,
function
homeboy.
of display in everyday life.
What's up? Yo,
So,
what is this bullshit y'all smoking on, homie?
but, you know,
What's up, Holmes?
It
Thanks,
took
man.
me out to hear from some of the fans.
Yo, give me some love, homie.
You know, they
Check
use
the
that term
booty
like,
on
while
that. Yo,
watching,
front lawn,
and
homie.
it was like from the age of 16 to
Oh, this shit is whack,
I guess
homeboy.
28. Or
Hey,
no,
pass
16
that
to
bud.
24.
My
Yeah.
husband abused drugs.
no,
Not me.
What is this bullshit y'all smoking on, homie? She too nice to be a hoe. Hey, what's going on, man?
Truth has changed. Attempts to get more listeners has changed. Our attempts to do so while maintaining an even keel and humor have certainly identity intensity. But
Let me smoke some too, homeboy. Thanks, man.
you and I walk here. That there be.
Oh, am I smoking your front lawn, homie?
This
Hey, dog, what's up?
You know,
What's happening, man? This shit is whack,
you know,
homeboy.
we're looking at the world, and the world is going along on its path. You can argue
Hey, my
it's
kicks, motherfucker, some dap, homie.
what's happened. What I'd like to think of
What's up with you?
is that our audience
Thanks,
in
man.
general is better
Puff, puff, give.
because the lessons that come with age, when you're honest
Yo,
with
my
yourself,
dog.
when you're observant, when you're reflective, when you're
Oh,
reflecting
my
on
smoking
your
your
life,
front lawn, homie. She
maybe I
fine as
shouldn't do
hell.
this stupid stuff anymore, you know, and I can tell you that
Nice
I love
piece of
being
hoochie
I
ass,
love being in my
homeboy.
40s now. I'm so relieved to get past that, which is my
What is this bullshit y'all smoking on, homie?
it's the young. I mean, you're looking back on it, yeah, but I feel like everybody watching, obviously, assuming that you grow older rather than grow younger, that you're a happier person than 10 years ago because of your faith is you're in a better spot than
Hey, homie.
Did somebody just say
thank you.
You jumped me!
That means you could have be self-formed.
Por favor!
And that's not asking. Man, that's not I have any nails. Nails. He's saying I'm moving your car.
I pay taxes too, motherfucker.
This is too much. This is too much. No, it's full aggro right now. Let's go let it calm down. Get off, quit touching me, please, with your tail, cat. Come on, let's go let it calm down. Now we got fucking ballers on our territory. She is totally aggro right now, bro. Come on.
Watch
No,
real men
no,
who make
no,
things
get the
lose
fuck
their
out of
jobs
here.
and fight on our special closing mill guided tour. Come see what we're really made
Fuck
of.
out.
This is real America.
Let it
Drunk.
sit. Let the algorithm sit for a minute, dude. Go make your coffee. Smoke a cigarette. Let this sucker calm down for a minute. It gets worked up, dude, like a woman. Or like people. It gets emotional like people, and it takes it a minute.
They really like.
Yep, let it calm down. Let it calm down, dude.
Don't make me sweat you for that reefer, homie.
They don't do the negative stuff anymore, you know.
What up, dog?
And I think they're really repulsed by that, especially. And I think the other thing is that that Gen Z really likes because of the evasiveness of advertising and just people
Family for life, you know me.
And I think Gen Z people really like authenticity.
Ain't she
You
the
hear
one?
that so much now, but it's actually also true. Where it's like, when you're someone
Pass the
who
brew,
is
home.
confident and they don't have anything set, you know, there's nothing that you're
What's
selling,
happening, man?
really, and you're just living your best life.
Check the booty on that.
My generation, at least the senior had, used the term authenticity in a very different way.
What's up with you?
Oh yeah, I've got to be authentic to who I am.
I smoke because it gives me a peace of mind.
I should be able to talk like a deckhand in public.
She look like she working.
Okay. Well,
You look like a more. Say, man, what's on special?
it's the opposite thing.
Wow.
I'll see you a couple more times.
That's so interesting.
Man, I'd rather slang than bang, homie. Check that out,
I got
man.
Okay, any final thoughts for this episode?
Oh, what up, man?
Well, yes, I do. I do indeed. I do.
$200, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, yo, give me that deuce juice. You see
I'm
that,
sorry
bitch?
we've been gone for so long. We won't be gone quite so long in this coming time.
Right,
Nice
no,
piece
man.
of Gucci ass.
But it has been a tremendous honor these past 9 years. And whatever the future holds for the show, and for
Them
us,
white boys had me on crystal meth.
being here, and I can almost say,
I'm on the way up, man, with regular clients like you, dog.
it's really the greatest choice of my life. I think Benny's the same.
Usually, yes.
I remember when things were just so crazy, and we get a lot of notes of mistakes. Thank you so much. It really was splendid. If you learned anything from us, if you learned anything from this show, it's been useful. Not only are we grateful, but we hope that you will pass that on yourself in whatever manner or way the technology or whatever the future allowing. My father could not imagine.
Man, you stink.
Hurry up now. I saw Leo about.
Dog, I got quality shit right here.
Well, Vinny and I are
Get the hell off me.
sacrifice or collaborators.
Well, he say he taking me to Ventura.
I've tried to create for you. I'm sorry, I'm not doing.
You can't imagine the world that they're gonna live in.
That's right.
Don't try to pull anything.
I can't imagine the world that you're going to be
Right,
in.
man, so I'll be seeing you about half an hour, I guess.
Excuse me.
Telling me to lose some weight.
I hope the good and the evil are clearer. I hope the good is easier to discern than stick about. I have no idea. And I have no idea what the technology will be. But know this, that you should be all for our respective points.
Oh.
But
I don't got all that. Just give me the shit.
Yeah.
it still help those on our
Hey, man, see you later, dog. Have some fun with that.
We are so fortunate as to make our way to either of those places.
Not enough horny men around this part of town.
But I have a question for you.
What?
Well, what is it if it's off the Monday?
Did someone die in your mouth?
It's off the menu.
You just a punk ass
And what
bitch.
about the soul you sing?
to have to
I'll
put
see you a
down
couple more
deposit
times.
for it. It may be wrong.
See you next time, everyone.
Got that fool sprung. Set him up. I need something to nut up and hoorah.
I'm on the way up, man, with regular clients like you, dog.
How's it hanging low?
Can I speak with you?
My plan to come up is going smooth.
Yes, sir.
Did you try dipping redwood in embalming fluid?
Hell no.
Later, big baby.
You have.
Don't sell me no bullshit pokers.
Dog, I got quality shit right here.
Struggling for life. Stuff about.
In Ukraine, the war is intensifying. Bombing has once again reached the capital, Kiev. The drone and missile attack on August 28th left more than 30 dead. Buildings were also damaged, including the European Union delegation in the country. This news was echoed over the weekend by Pope Leo XIV. The pontiff did not miss the opportunity to once again call for peace in Ukraine.
Rinnovo la mia vicinanza al popolo ucraino e a tutte le famiglie ferite. Invito tutti a non cedere all'indifferenza, ma a farsi prossimi con la preghiera e con gesti concreti di carità. Ribadisco con forza il mio pressante appello per un cessate il fuoco immediato e per un serio impegno del dialogo. È tempo che i responsabili rinuncino alla logica delle armi e impocchino la via del negoziato e della pace con il sostegno della comunità internazionale.
The pontiff had already sent a telegram on August 27th to commemorate the victims of the shooting at the Minnesota student complex. 4 days later, he issued this message against the use of weapons.
Our prayers
Right,
for
man,
the
so I'll be seeing you
victims
about half an
of
hour,
the
I guess.
tragic shooting during a school mass in the
Yeah, they're trying
American
to put
state
the Pope
of
underneath
Minnesota.
pressure.
We include in our prayers
Leo
the
arrest me one
countless
more
children killed and injured every day around the world. Let us plead God to
swole as
stop
shit,
the
man.
pandemic of our
They want to take our small arms,
why you
but they
trying to
never
play
talk
with me?
about their large
Pope
arms.
Leo
Isn't
also
that
spoke
funny?
about migration, prayed for the deceased and missing who were trying to reach the Canary Islands from Mauritania.
I nostri cuori sono feriti anche per le più di 50 persone morte e circa 100 ancora disperse nel naufragio di una imbarcazione carica di migranti che tentavano il viaggio di 1100 chilometri verso le isole Canarie, rovesciatasi presso la costa atlantica della Mauritania.
Pope Leo XIV's agenda included a high-level meeting on Saturday. He received the President of Zimbabwe. The pontiff praised him for having abolished the death penalty in his country.
Val di Gresta.
I don't know, man. Sometimes the death penalty is warranted.
I prefer weed or sherm.
Look at her. She's my kind of thing. I'll see you a couple more times.
I bet he can throw my ass around.
Folks, you can help me keep making this podcast and get early access to new episodes.
I smoke 'cause it gives me knowledge.
/JimmyAkinPodcast. One of the things you'll note about the cover is that of the 5 circles on it, the one in the center is a lot bigger than the others. That tells you it's the most important. So, what's it showing us? Well, it's a drawing of a man, and he has a halo, so that tells us it's a holy man. It looks a lot like Jesus, and that is, in fact, who it is.
Do you shower in doo-doo?
This is confirmed by the fact that it has some Greek letters on the left and right sides of the picture. To our eyes, the letters on the left look like I and C, while the letters on the right look like X and C.
Where are you? Hi, you can't see me. My invisibility cloak is on. Oh, Mikey, stop drawing her.
Their iota and sigma. This sigma may not look like the other letter sigma you're familiar with, and that's because in rewriting the letter sigma changes form.
Get up,
It's
baby
at
mom.
the end of words, so this is a final sigma telling us that this is at the end of word. You could try reading this as a two-letter word with the vowel iota and the final sigma, in which case it would sound like east. And east is a word in Greek. It means things like tendon, fiber, vein. It's also a city and river in Persia. But it would be hard to explain why such a word would appear on the cover of a Bible. So let's look at the letters on the other side of the figure and see if they give us any help. Here, the letters look like X and C, but that's another final sigma. So this is a two-letter representation of the word. The first letter also hidden in X. It's the Greek letter A, which is a rough noise. It's kind of like a rough H, or kind of like the sound of a cat hissing.
Earlier this month, I was invited by Konami to attend a event.
Oh, you almost got me, bro.
What's going on here?
And during that time, I managed to make it all the way through the fight at the end, and even got to test out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not a vowel, so there's no good way to say these letters. This is not a real word in Greek, so understood that way, it doesn't mean anything. But wait, there's something we've overlooked. Notice that above these letters, there's a squiggly line, and there's another squiggly line above the letters on the left side. That helps us out, because that tells us that the letters below them aren't full words. They're words that have been abbreviated. So the first word begins with iota and ends with sigma, while the second word begins with chi and ends with sigma. What we're seeing here is an ancient Christian writing custom that dates back to the earliest days of the church. We don't use it today, but back then there were no printing presses, and so every letter would have to be abbreviated. As a result, people would abbreviate when they could, especially for copyrights, and as you might imagine, names for God were quite common in Christian writing, and so they were commonly abbreviated. They were what came to be known as nomina sacra, which is Latin for sacred names. But that's the plural form. A single sacred name was known as a nomen sacra. So the ancient scribes would use a short abbreviation for a sacred name, or sometimes just a sacred word, and then they draw a line above the abbreviation to tell you that you were looking at a nomen sacra. And the thing was, there weren't that many nomen sacra, so once you were familiar with the system, it was easy to guess which one was being abbreviated. So how about here on our Bible cover, we've got two nomina sacra. The first begins with iota and ends with sigma, and the second begins with chi and ends with sigma. So
I got a gap.
what are we looking at?
Send reinforcements.
Well, to the early Christians who were used to using this system, it would be obvious that the first word was Jesus, and
Give me
the
them
second
chips.
word was
This is my
Christos.
turn.
So we were right. This is a picture of Jesus Christ. And just to make it obvious, in case you're not familiar with Greek, they have Jesus holding a book that says in English, I am the light of the world. He who follows me will not walk in darkness, but will walk in light. That's a direct quotation from Jesus, John 8:12. So that makes it extra clear, even to a Christian who knows only English, that this is a picture of Jesus. And that reminds me of a joke that linguists, or people who study the phenomenon of language, tell. You know what you call a person who speaks three languages? Trilingual.
I'm packing.
What do you call a person who speaks two languages? Bilingual. What do you call a person who speaks one language?
Got me.
That's
Truckers got me.
American.
Got me.
So the makers of this Bible have included a quotation from Jesus
Ow.
in English just to help us Americans out.
Ow.
And that makes it clear that Jesus is here in the center of things,
Dog.
the biggest, most important circle on the cover, as it should be. But what's going on
Give me
with
that
the
rod,
smaller
lady.
circles? The first one has a picture of what looks like an angel with a winged lion. The second has a picture of what looks like a winged lion. The third has a picture of what looks like a winged owl or ox. And the fourth has a picture of a winged deer. He looks half winged. So maybe
He hit him again.
Is Jesus surrounded by a picture of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, all of which have wings. These four creatures have in common. At least in this description, they have in common. If you look at the lion, he's unrolling a swirl in front of him. Same thing, if you look at the bull, he's also unrolling a swirl in front of him. The human has an unrolling swirl draped over his ears.
Come on, dude. What the heck? Yeah, see, it's determined. Yeah, it's predetermined. Sometimes it's predetermined, dude. And you gotta do your best to get through the part that is predetermined. You get the opportunity here, and then they fuck it up. Okay, that's a gang member. Hey.
You find it in sculptures and pages printed in Bibles. It's such a common motif that it has its own name. It's called tetromorph. In Greek, tetra means four, and morphe.
Come on, get out. Yeah.
So the tetromorph is the four shapes that represent the Gospels. But there's still a lot of questions to be answered about the tetromorph, like where did it come from?
Today, my guest is
You ran right at them, bro.
She's also a mother of three and a passionate advocate for equity.
Ball is getting the take down.
She's a young girl who's experienced
oh, God
due to the lack of access to timely medical care. Then, as a young nurse, she again sought patients
This all you giving me?
lives because they didn't have access to proper care. Mercy is now the founder of Untitled.
What the fuck? Stop with that, dude.
From a Christian perspective, the ultimate origin of the tetromorph is in the book of Ezekiel in the Old Testament.
Are you even talking about, dude?
Ezekiel sees two visions that
it's not a commercial.
The first is in chapter 8.
There's certain TV shows that's commercial.
This throne is supported by four creatures who are unnamed here, though a sequel vision in chapter 10 of the book will identify them as cherubim. One of the things that we're told about cherubim in the Old Testament is that God rides on them. In Psalm 18, we read, "He rode on a cherub and flew. He came swiftly on the wings of the wind."
I got everything a real patriot could want.
Riding a cherub like men ride horses, but here in Ezekiel, we see that God's throne is being carried by cherubim. His throne also has wheels, which are described as a wheel within a wheel. Now, the latter phrases set some people off, and they start talking about UFOs. There's a lot to say about this passage, and we can discuss it further either in the Jamaican podcast or on Jamaican's Mysterious World. But for the moment, I'll just
Perfect
say
for killing,
that
pure
this
and
is
simple.
UFO. All of this fits with things we see in ancient Near Eastern art. We see pictures of gods and kings sitting on thrones that have wheels. Sometimes there are attendants moving the wheel thrones, and sometimes the attendants are even holding up the throne off the ground. And that's basically what we're seeing here. We see these four cherubim holding up God's throne, which is often called a chariot throne because it has wheels. Though in this case, the cherubim throne attendants seem to complete the throne that's above and the wheels that are below. What's interesting to us is the cherubim themselves. Ezekiel sees a great storm cloud coming from the north, and he writes, "And from the midst of it came the likeness of four living creatures, and this was their appearance.
The wars are coming, you hear?
But each had four faces, and each of them had four wings. As for the likeness of their faces, each had a human face. The four had a face of a lion on the right side, the four had the face of an ox on the left side, and the four had the face of an eagle. Such were their faces. And their wings were spread out on creature had 2 wings, each of which touched the wing of another, all 2 covered their bodies. Now, there are a few things to note. First, even though in Ezekiel 10 the prophet will call them cherubim, here in Ezekiel 1 he refers to them as 4 living creatures. He says that they each had 4 faces and they also had 4 wings. He describes them by saying they each had a human face. This would be the face of their father, to quote the prophet Ezekiel. They also had the face of a lion on their right side and the face of an ox on their left side. Then finally, on the back of the face of the made from the prophet Ezekiel, they had the face of an eagle.
Come on, dude.
When he
Wait,
goes to
get
their
away from
wings,
it.
2 of them spread out so that they touch those of one of the other living creatures, and their other 2 wings they use to modestly cover their bodies. So that's where the 4 shapes of the tetramorph, the man, lion, ox, and eagle, ultimately come from.
You hit my fucking core!
But why these 4 shapes? Well, there's been considerable speculation on that, and we can discuss it further in a future episode. However, here's one speculation.
What's up?
What's poppin', girl?
The strongest or most
Can we go get something to eat?
That's cool. Chill, bitch.
Eagles are birds, and unlike many birds, eagles have to be predators, so they can be seen as stronger than other birds, and thus as the king of the birds. Lions are wild animals, and they are also strong and predators, so even we refer to them as the king of the beasts. Oxen aren't predators, but they are the strongest of the domestic animals, so you could think of them as the king of domestic animals. And we humans are the image bearers, God is in charge, so we're the king of everything on earth.
I love that food, Romeo.
The 4 shapes of the tetramorph has represented the strongest.
Get your filthy hands off of me. I ain't got no respect, CJ.
Wow.
The king of the wild land animals, the king of the domestic land animals, and the king of the wild land. At least, that's what these 4 shapes were chosen. There's more about the tetramorph, and to understand it, we need to take a detour to the book of Isaiah. There, in Isaiah 6, Isaiah has a revelation where God commissions him as a prophet, and he writes,
We gonna hang out again soon, huh?
Bye, baby.
I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him stood the seraphim. Each had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face.
You been drinking brake fluid?
And with 2 he flew. And one called to another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The earth is full of his glory. In Isaiah's vision, he says that he sees seraphim rather than cherubim. He didn't tell us how many he saw, but he says that each of them had 6 wings. With 2, they modestly covered their faces. With 2, they modestly covered their feet. And
how you not see me?
Hebrew, that's private parts. And finally, with 2 wings, they flew. They also
perpetrating hard out here. Can't see me.
Which is one prayer that we say in Mass. Isaiah doesn't mention what the bodies of the seraphim were like, but the evidence indicates that they had snake-like bodies. In fact, the term seraphim was also used
Hey, those
for
weirdos
earthly
think they own
snakes.
everything.
Flying snakes are sometimes called uriases.
You want to get smoked, baby?
Such as from Egypt, where they are often depicted as guardians of sacred things. So it makes sense that Isaiah was in that garden god's throne. Sometimes we see depictions of
Y'all making a
seraphim.
break for it. Go ahead, man. I got you, dog. We man. Who you? Give me them chips.
Mysterious world if you'd like to learn them. But remember what Isaiah saw in his vision, because it's about to intersect with something else.
Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. More performance with every drive.
Something else. In Revelation 4, John sees a vision that combines elements from Ezekiel's vision with the cherubim and Isaiah's vision with the seraphim. John sees God's throne and writes,
Oh yeah? What's happening, fool?
Are 4 living creatures, full of eyes in front and behind. The first living creature like a lion, the second living creature like an ox, the third living creature with the face of a man, and the 4th living creature like an eagle in flight. And the 4 living creatures, each of them with 6 wings, are full of eyes all around around and within, and day and night they never cease to say, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. Here, like both Ezekiel and Isaiah, John sees throne and like in Ezekiel 1, John calls them four living
Oh my
creatures.
god, dude.
They're
Just
also connected with the four shapes from Ezekiel. First is like a lion, the second is like an ox, the third is the face of a man, and the fourth is like an eagle. John's four living creatures also incorporate elements from Isaiah's seraphim.
What you get now?
Ah! The seraphim, they each have 6 wings, and each had a version of the Presagian, or holy, holy, holy. So this isn't simply a representation of
That's going in my retirement fund.
John's four living creatures represent a combination of the cherubim and the seraphim, which is characteristic of how John
them my ducats now.
symbols. And it's John's four living creatures that really give us the tetramorph. Remember that Ezekiel saw 4 living creatures, each of which had 4 faces, one for each of the 4 creatures. But that's not what John sees. He sees 4 living creatures, each of which has 1 face. So this is the more immediate source from which we get the tetramorph. But how did the tetramorph get connected with
Place
the 4
your order.
Gospels? The first person to connect the 4 shapes to the 4 Gospels may have been
Enjoy
the
a
early church
doodle-doo.
father Irenaeus, who lived in the 2nd century. It may have been someone even
Cluckety
earlier,
cluck
but
cluck, sir.
Irenaeus is the first person we have record of connecting them. Around AD 180, he wrote his 5-volume work titled Against Heresies, and in it he wrote about the 4 Gospels and said, "It is not possible that there be more Gospels in number than these, or fewer. By way of illustration, since there are 4 zones in the world in which we live, and 4 cardinal winds, and since the church is spread over the whole earth, and since the pillar and bulwark of the church is the gospel and the spirit of life, consequently she has 4 pillars, flowing perishably on all sides and given life to it. From these things it is manifest that the Word, who is artificer of all things, and is enthroned upon the cherubim, and holds together all things, and who is manifest to men, which is held together by one Spirit, just as David, when petitioning his Christ's coming, said, "You who are enthroned upon the cherubim shine." For the cherubim too have 4 faces, and their faces are images of the dispensation of the Son of God. The first one, he says, was like a lion, symbolizing his perfect sovereignty and kingly nature. The second,
Hey, I had that now.
symbolizing his ministerial and priestly rank. The third animal had a face like a man, which manifestly describes his coming as man.
Yummy doodle doo, how may I serve you?
Manifesting the gift of the Spirit hovering over the church. So Irenaeus definitely connects the 4
Hope you
Gospels
choke a
with
doodle doo.
ox, man, and eagle shapes seen by Ezekiel and John. But how does Irenaeus connect them specifically? Here, you may be in for something of a surprise. Irenaeus continues. Now, the Gospels harmonize with these creatures on which Jesus Christ is enthroned. For the Gospel according to John narrates the generation which is from the Father, the sovereign, powerful, and glorious. It runs thus. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and all things were made through him, and without him was not anything made. On this account, this gospel is full of confidence, for such is its characteristic. Now here, Irenaeus isn't explicit about which creature he associates with John's gospel, but he says that this gospel is
Send them ducats over here.
And the one of the creatures that we most associate with courage and confidence is the lion. So let's provisionally put the lion in for John's gospel and see if
Give me that
Irenaeus' other comments confirm that. Irenaeus continues. The gospel according to Luke, since it has a priestly character, begins with Zacharias the priest, as he was offering incense to God. For the fatted calf which would be slaughtered when the younger son would be found was already being prepared. That's a reference to the parable of the prodigal son in Luke 15, where when the prodigal son returns home, the father in the parable slaughters the fatted calf to celebrate. Cows or oxen were also used in priestly sacrifices in Israel, and Irenaeus says that Luke's gospel has a priestly character, so he's assigning the ox shape to Luke.
Give me that grip.
Now he says, attendants. He in as much as he is man. The book he writes of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. And again, the birth of Christ took place in this way. This gospel then belongs to the human form, and so throughout the gospel, the humble and meek man is retained. So Irenaeus assigns the shape of the man to Matthew's gospel. And finally, he says, Mark began with the prophetical spirit which came down to men from on high. The beginnings of the gospel, as it is written in Isaiah the prophet, pointed out the winged image, that is, the eagle of the gospel. For this reason, he made a cursory announcement of the gospel, for it has a prophetic character. So Irenaeus assigns the shape of the eagle to Mark's gospel, and the other three identifications confirm that Irenaeus' identity for the fourth gospel was a lie. But wait a minute, you may say, that's not how I learned the symbols. What's going on here?
So now, Metal Gear Solid 3 achieved the impossible, rendering a living jungle on that ape.
Here.
I need the good shit, man.
You up in here smell banging.
And no wonder why your man sleep around.
Context. In Ezekiel,
I like the junk in your trunk.
Christian mindset, what do they represent? Well, as we saw, they represent the faces of Ezekiel's four living creatures, which he later calls cherubim. And what do these creatures do? Well, they carry God's throne. They're throne attendants. Do they have anything to do with relating the life story of Jesus Christ?
It's shit.
No, certainly not in the literal sense of the text. The life story of Jesus hadn't even been lived yet.
Hey, this nice piece of hoochie ass.
Tetromorph symbols didn't appear in Isaiah, so we can skip that vision, but they do appear in Revelation 4. And that happened after Christ had become incarnate and lived his earthly life. So what role do the shapes play in Revelation? Well, they represent the forms of the living creatures. And they
You just changed to speak to a respectable hoe?
around the throne on each side of the throne, so they're also throne attendants. They also seem to refer to Jesus Christ when they
In
say,
the LOS, we love our smoke.
He is the Lord God Almighty, was and is to come.
Hey,
That
have a good
reference to
time,
being
man.
in the past, being now, and coming in the future does sound like Jesus Christ. But they're not relating his full biography, so except at this very general level, there's no clear connection to the content of the four Gospels. They're not relating the details of Jesus' biography. In the literal sense of the text, they're just throne attendants who worship God and Christ. Also, in both Ezekiel and Revelation,
We got some dope.
are the four living creatures human beings, like Matthew, Mark, Luke,
See you
and
tomorrow,
John?
sport.
No, they're heavenly creatures. Ezekiel identifies them as cherubim, and John presents them as a fusion of cherubim and seraphim, not human beings. So they don't represent the four evangelists in the literal sense of the text. They just don't. So how did they become associated with the four evangelists? Well, so far as we know, Irenaeus linked them, but he also linked the Gospels to other things. He linked them to the four zones in the world in which we live, that is, south, east, and west.
I bet he can throw my ass around.
Winds. He called the four Gospels.
Stop tripping. You heard me.
Be careful with that stuff. It's pure.
Yeah, who's this guy? Oh, knew it. New dealer.
But these are poetic connections, not literal ones. Notice that Irenaeus only says he's bringing these other things in by way of illustration. It's not like when you drive up north, you're driving into the region of Matthew, and when you drive east, you're driving into the region of Mark. It's not like when a wind blows from the south, it's a wind from St. Luke, or when a wind blows from the west, it's a wind from St. John. All of these connections are poetic, and we should take them super literally. So, the four living creatures in both Ezekiel and Revelation
I smoke because it gives me knowledge.
It's throne attendants, and any connection between them and the Gospels is poetic rather than literal.
Say, man, what's on special?
What Irenaeus is doing is creatively mapping the four shapes onto
Best
the
thing
four
you've done all
Repeat
week.
service. What's up, cat?
More than one
I got something soft for that hard body.
There are 24.
Oh, so now I'm the invisible hoe?
Shapes onto the four Gospels, and different people have done it different ways. As we've seen, St. Irenaeus identified Matthew as the man, Mark as an eagle, Luke as an ox, and John as a lion, but other people made different assignments. A few decades after Irenaeus, St. Hippolytus of Rome identified Matthew as a lion, Mark as a man, Luke as an ox, and John as an eagle. In the mid-300s, Pseudo-Athanasius identified Matthew as a man, Mark as an ox, Luke as a lion, and John as an eagle. A bit later, St. Jerome identified Matthew as a man, Mark as a lion, Luke as an ox, and John as an eagle. A bit after that, St. Augustine used the same scheme as Hippolytus and identified Matthew as a lion, Mark
This
as
wasn't
a
up
man,
your ass, was
Luke as
it?
an ox,
He's so
and
down for
John
the
as an
hood,
eagle.
he ignore me.
There have been other
I got more, so tell your
identifications as well,
friends,
so
sport.
it's
That
not
look
like
ain't
everyone
working,
has
babe.
identified the Gospels the same way. Historically, the most popular identification has been Jerome's, but his is far from the only one. In this list alone, we have 3 doctors of the Church, Irenaeus, Jerome, and Augustine.
Nice piece of
provided
hoochie
3
ass.
different identifications.
I need another hit,
Some
quick.
very intelligent people who know the Gospels very well can make different
Best purchasing
identifications.
decision you've made all week.
This is because this is a matter of creative imagination, not rigorous deduction, and it depends
I do a lot of wild shit. I'll do
characteristics
anything
of
for
the
money.
Gospels you choose to focus on. In other words,
You after something?
we're inventing these connections, not discovering them. So where does that leave us? If the tetramorph is an exercise in creative imagination rather than
Looking
something
pumped,
that is
Holmes.
rigorously deduced, should we maybe abandon it? No, of course not. It's a staple of Christian art, and especially in ages when literacy wasn't common, it really helped people. It's still
How long ago you dipped in?
today as artistic representations of the elements of faith.
Don't
always
do it
help
all
people.
at once. I'm
The fact
serious.
that it's become so common in the history of Christian art
If
that it's
Monique's
gotten
find
its
out
own
about
name,
Boezy,
the tetramorph, testifies to the value that people have found in it. We just shouldn't act like there's only one true tetramorph, only one right way to do it.
This shit's
In
wet.
fact, I
give me a
really
death.
like the way that the Ignatius Catholic Study Bible has done it. You'll notice that they have the 4 shapes of the tetramorph here on the cover, but they don't label each one. If you look at the sequence that they use the shapes in, they're suggestive of St. Jerome's scheme. They don't label them, so in principle, you can choose.
Hey, what up?
And if you like this content, you can help me out. Comment, review, share the podcast, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure and hit the bell notification.
What's up? Come on, buddy boy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Dude, what? No, that's not what I wanted. Whoa, what is happening? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let's start that over again. My bad. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, don't know what buttons are pressed, don't know what happened there. Whew. Let's start this over here.
Only 10% guano. Cluckety cluck cluck, sir.
Whew. This is on fire, this is on fire. Oh, dude.
Oh, you want to get nasty?
Phew.
Yeah, them my ducats now. It's going in my retirement fund.
Well, how I survived that.
First time.
Yeah, you better get it where they rest. See. Sweet. Boom.
Cock-a cluckle do. Please place an order. You might be lucky enough to find a feather.
I need your vehicle.
Do what you're looking for me.
You want to get bust on? Ride! Cabrón, you're tapado.
Species barbecue each Saturday. Protect
No ID required, friend.
miniature nuclear bomb. Ammunition loves women too. For the female sports enthusiast.
Wise choice, sir. Wise choice.
Get 2 handguns and a t-shirt that
See you
says
again
you're
soon.
about to get a good look at my other 44s. Ladies, tired of whistling construction workers? Next time, whistle back with a high-velocity rifle that'll splatter his brains all over the building site. Freedom means the ability to defend yourself, whatever the cost. Welcome to Ammunition. You've made the smartest decision of your life.
Ain't my business what you do with it.
We hope you get everything you need to feel real manly and patriotic. Don't forget to check out our selection of landmines. They're the gift that keeps on giving year after year. Mother-in-law being a bitch? Ammunition has the solution. Why not check out our selection of flamethrowers? We've got a special on hand
Take it,
grenades.
hold
And if
it,
you're too fat
love
and
it.
lazy to throw them, check out our grenade launchers. Pop it in, pull the trigger, and boom! You've blown a hole in something. Sign up today for your ammunition.
The wars are coming, you hear?
Buy 10 guns and your next one is on us.
Really?
Thanks for visiting Ammunition. At Ammunition, we don't need a background check. A wad of American...
Dual-wield handguns? I don't. It said something. Little mouse button behind. Okay. Okay.
CJ, it's me, Denise. I'm getting real lonely here without you. Maybe I should date one of your friends instead.
I'm sorry I've been neglecting my girl. Get ready. I'm gonna come pick you up.
Got some sort of disorder, buddy? My connection.
Hey, how are you?
Hey there, girl.
Can we go get something to eat?
I'm down with that.
BJ, my nail!
Always, dude. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at this.
Ain't it great round here, CJ?
Ooh. Look at it, dude. Look at it, dude. Oh, button presses. Just to move. So many button presses.
Don't you push me, fool!
Just to move, dude. Huh.
but I gave them away.
I'm listening, honest.
That's a good kiss and I gave him away.
Chipper Drive got easy, man. That's the one. My kind of thing. Man, you a true friend.
Go off on this fool. CJ, quit tripping.
Sexual realignment used to require
Can I
expensive
drive?
surgery,
Can I
months
go
of
now? Can
hormone
I go?
treatments, years of therapy, and you still ended up looking like a drag queen. Now you can let the woman inside.
We gonna meet again, huh, player?
Goodbye.
As fast as this.
See? I'm a woman, thanks to Rapidite. This do-it-yourself sexual realignment kit includes everything you need to go from Brad to Brenda in a jiff. It's just snip, chop, stuff, and swallow, and away you go. Do it in the bathroom and surprise your family with the new you. Comes with an instructional video, rusty knife and tourniquet, two...
We smashed some rolling hype foods last night.
This all you giving me?
You asking for it, fool. Nice piece of hoochie ass.
Been kicking it with my Seville homies. It's some good endo.
What's poppin'?
Poppin', homie.
So bad Sherman's making me tweak.
I'm on a mission. No time to conversate.
Hey, baby.
I need the good shit, man, the good shit.
Hey, man, see you later, dawg. Have some fun with that.
All that aggression. I like that car, you little bitch. Yo, I'm talking to you.
Bitch said I'll do anything for it. Ah! Not exactly premium liquor, is it? What is this shit you drink? Man, I buy from the Rosses and the SA. Man, this is so ghetto. Say, baby, it's me and you. Hey, on me.
Domino's best deal ever is back. Any pan tossed, pan thin crust, or New York style pizza with any toppings for just...
Hey, baby, pump right over here.
Court that any man ever asks himself, what must I do to gain eternal life? Christ answered, since you are a doctor of the law, you know what is written in the scripture. And because he was a learned man, he quoted Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6.
In the
You
LOL,
will love
we
the
love
Lord
our
your God with your whole heart.
Thanks, dog. Right, man, so I'll be seeing you about half an hour, I guess.
And your neighbor as yourself. Our Lord said you have said well. Do Do this and you shall live.
Hey, this was coriander.
I got crabs the size of baseball. This second question provoked the parable of the Good Samaritan. Who, he asked, is my neighbor? Instead of giving him a definition, our Lord tells us that a certain
Yeah, them my ducats now.
from Jerusalem to Jericho was waylaid by bandits.
I'm running on air.
Oh, y'all.
Speaking about the road from Jerusalem to Jericho, he points out that it was where there were innumerable places.
What up, Carl? It's Denise. You down for doing some shit?
I hear you, baby. I'll drop by later.
Passers by, where they knew that many commercial travelers were on that road. So what our Lord was telling his hearers was something true to life, something that if they didn't experience themselves, they knew about from stories told to them by others. It happened by
You after some yay, man?
then a priest and a Levite came by. Now the priest is of the Aaronic priesthood, Levite. You know that the tribe of Levi was the
God, dude, turn the fucking radio off. In with this shit.
Hey there.
What's happening, baby?
Let's get something to eat.
That's cool. Chill, bitch.
Who around here? You think I'm special, don't you?
Why?
Let's go dump us some busters. Come on.
Denise, you ain't like most good.
find out that the Samaritan
You're trying to kill me, Mark. I'm trying to drive.
Hey, got any real blood?
DJ, relax, though.
something to drink. So these Samaritans
Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Oh my god.
I always been into gangbanging.
Uh-huh.
that doesn't trouble the Samaritan. He goes to his assistance.
I love that Romeo. Take me back to my place.
Show's over, buddy.
after he tells the
You better
story,
treat me with respect, fool.
our Lord
I'm listening.
Christ
Honest. This shit is on hit, homie.
and Dr.
Get my road rage on.
You disrespecting the
On the
lady,
red
huh?
one
These
book.
men, do you think chose himself to be an ape? A man, a doctor of the law, is forced to admit that it wasn't the Jews,
Grove Street OG coming
but it
through.
was this hated stranger. So, to the point
Damn, homie.
he was in danger of being as a matter of
Get out of the way.
came to that man's assistance
Oh, dog, get out the way.
because the man was of
We should hang out again soon.
See you later.
he was, not out of friendship, but merely because he was in need of help. And so also we must come to assistance. Now this, of course, is the primary exposition of the parable. But there is another mystical meaning, which dates back to the 3rd century. Many of the fathers of the church salvation of Israel. They said, Jerusalem
Be cool, it's
represents
just a jacking, lady.
paradise.
Sure am craving for the
The demons. Needed help. It was God Himself becoming a man.
2 cops, huh, bro?
Check you out. Most importantly, he became a brother. He died on the cross. The great Saint Ignatius of Loyola, in his meditations on the cross,
What was you saying?
wrote these words that we should find in our hearts and in our minds. He wrote, Christ died for me. What have I?
Didn't do that.
That's mine.
Get some,
What am
Chuck.
I now? What can I do for Christ? God bless you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Jesus, fool.
No, other way, other way, other way, other way. Out, out, out. Shut up. Out, 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 out. Shut that up. Please shut that up. Shut that up. Thank you.
This all you giving me? Oh, what's poppin' now? Give me that grip. What you say? You want some lead? That's going in my retirement fund. What you say to me? Give me that money. it. Yeah, them my ducats now. Oh no!
Like today, what someone else can do tomorrow.
I'm a warrior. Jack back in jail nigga. For you. Cool it.
Get a move along.
Bowling is such an intellectual game.
Give me them chips. Hey, I'll have that now.
Hey, por favor.
It's not the end. Still a fast one, pull like grass. People run before the blast that don't even last. Getting
You're on Master Sound. Stand tall. Hey, get up right now. Get your groove on.
Come on, come on, come on.
What up, homie?
I have only one weakness.
Chat me on it. Y'all ever beat it to my screen before? Don't. I ain't gonna lie. There's a few times niggas send me a video of them clapping cheeks and I'll be in the background or some shit. Oh my god, someone saw up before. That was a whole thing on Twitter. People get her shit clapped. You're already doing a reaction in the background. That was calm. That was calm. That's fine. You know what that means? It's what? For sure. You know what that means. What does that mean? Chat, what is that? I don't know what that means.
What is it?
No, they're not putting me on the screen to feel like someone's watching them. Maybe they're using you as a cuck because you're behind the screen. No, that's not what they're doing. So it looks like you're there, but you're not participating. No. Oh my god. I'm the movie director, gang. You're cuck gaming. Chat me on it. Y'all ever beat it to my screen before?
What the fuck?
There's a few times niggas send me a video of them clapping cheeks and I'll be in the back.
What the hell? Coaching.
Le pare ci vedi io Spirito Santi. Amen. We have a saint today specific to the proper to the Carmelite order. That is Saint Teresa Margaret. She has a rather extraordinary life for being precociously meditative. She was born, let's see, July 15th, 1747, and that is the vigil or the eve of the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. She was pious and devout, and at 5 years old was asking people, "He is God." And her mother gave her the answer, "God is love." And her follow-on question was, "How can I love him as he loves me?" So very, very advanced kind of desire in a young 5-year-old. Her parents were very, very pious themselves, especially her father. and kind of as a sign of it, she had 7 siblings. Let's see. Yeah, 7 siblings, and all of them but one, like all of her siblings, except one, entered a religious life. So, a very good example from her parents. She went to a boarding school taught by Benedictine monks, even though she would end up being a Carmelite. So, she taught by the Benedictines, and interesting that her father kind of served as her spiritual director throughout this time. She would write to him back and forth about for advice on prayer or kind of what was happening to her interiorly, because she didn't want anybody else to know, even the regular confessor at the school. She felt apprehensive in kind of revealing it to him because she didn't want it to be known. So she's living a very advanced spiritual life and corresponding with her father back and forth. In fact, later in life,
caught slipping again. To get this ride, homie.
This was a musical sculpture. That track.
Give me that grip.
Ask nothing, refuse nothing, but always be ready to do and to suffer anything that comes your way.
Come on, stop crashing. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Aggro fuckers. Come on. How does it know? How does it know, dude, that I'm looking somewhere else? Quit. On me. They're on me.
But now with this understanding, she said she understood the abyss, the unfathomable abyss of the difference between how much God loved her and how much she loved him in return. And that became a source of incredible torment to her. That she was not
That's
able
mine.
to love God.
Shit, I got
fragment of what she owed him, and it was a torment. And so she said we have in a series of letters to her spiritual director. Some people here, but these are very good to see how hard and how difficult are the interior trials that even the saints have, and they can feel those emotions of despondency.
I gotta get me to the countryside or something. Hey, pay a nigga.
Hey, you pushing me?
No, shit.
But feelings are just that. Feelings are feelings, and fact is different. And that's what keeps the saints on that path of sanctity, is they don't succumb to feelings.
Right on, dog.
They continue to operate according to
Give me that money.
and discipline. And so we'll see that she says to her spiritual director, I am telling you in strict confidence, sure of your discretion, I find myself in pain because I'm not doing anything to correspond to the demands of love. I feel that I'm continually being purged by my sovereign God. I do not see,
Hey, who farted?
I do not feel, I do not understand anything interiorly or exteriorly which could impel me to love. No one can imagine how terrible it is to live without any love, when one is actually burning with the desire to love. She further says, this is a torture to me. I fear that God is very displeased with my commitments. It seems that I have no desire to ask his help because of the great coldness which I experience.
Hard hat hair.
I am continually making good resolutions, but I never succeed in attaining some way of successfully overcoming these obstacles. But she continued in all those pious practices. She's regularly 7 times a day. She's always keeping a peaceful exterior. She's always being kind. And she feels that she's doing nothing for God. And in fact, that is why the saints are saying the worst of sinners, they're is not because from the perspective that they're so bad, for if you're looking at infinity, infinite greatness, but it's zero. Right? Anything is zero. We're just the smallest amount. And so that is why the saints spoke and acted and behaved the way they did. Because they saw the great God next to them. Everybody is infinitely small. So she continues. She says, the tempest has become
This all you giving me?
violent, and I feel myself being so knocked about that I scarcely know what to do if this continues. Everywhere there's darkness and danger. My soul is so
All virtually legal and above board. Have fun.
I must do violence to myself in order to perform
The revolution is coming.
Protecting
find
your
myself in
rights.
the state of supreme arrogance. I commit many failings in ancient study. My mind is in such turmoil that it is open to
I love
temptations
the new
of every
fruit
sort,
pickup.
especially
Life would be dull without it.
Try using a belt
I
sander.
have a great fear of offending God grievously. I see that I do wrong, and at the same time try to fight against
This it?
good, and then I feel remorse for my infidelity. And to top it all, I am not succeeding in conquering myself because my repugnance is so great. So if you have ever felt something like this, if you ever felt disappointed, that you can't succeed, then displeasing to God, what you do, all your good resolutions, it comes to nothing.
Thanks, man.
So it's not about how you feel, it's about the effort. It's because you don't think Saints are saying, worse than this is the failure to rise after sin. So death would come actually quite
Real impressive.
This ain't nothing, I'll drink the whole thing.
What's up, beautiful?
And of course, the next day, but upon bringing it to the chapel, it reversed. Her body appeared lifelike and beautiful, as if she was only sleeping. The mother abbess kept her body in the chapel for 15 days, where it showed no signs of decay at all. And by this time, everybody knew this was an extraordinary sign of grace, and there was the fragrance of flowers around the body, even after the flowers placed there had withered. In fact, people said that from miles away, they could smell flowers from her body. And doctors and ecclesiastical authorities examined her body and could find no natural explanation. She was finally buried 18 days after her death, and
Labor Day.
35 years later,
Labor Day.
the Feast of the
Labor
Sacred
Day.
Heart,
Labor
that her
Day.
body was transferred to the nuns' choir in the Carmel of Florence, and it remains
End of summer. What's up, my beautiful wife?
So thus the
You want to do it?
extraordinary life
Huh?
of Saint Teresa
You want to do it? Let's do it.
of the Sacred Heart. It would never
Oh, babies. Wow, great. Nice.
it's
Nice block.
that her life is not going to be
People.
known outside of the Carmelite order for the most part. And that is how she perverted it. She wanted to live that hidden life alone and unknown. And so I would say that that's a great comfort to us, because I think many people feel that sometimes it can feel like you're the only
what I was thinking.
of you, like, who else even cares about the spiritual life of co-workers, of sometimes even family and friends. You feel like I'm all alone. I'm the only one who's trying to do the right thing. I'm the only one who cares. Loving God and keeping His word. I might feel a temptation. What's the point? Why bother? And he sings, I've felt that despair. I've felt that despondency, even as you have. And there's a great grace in being alone and hidden. And I want to tell you, you're not the only one. You're absolutely not the only one. Even if you are, even being the only one is itself a great grace. It's hidden and unknown, and nobody knows. Nobody cares except God Almighty. That's the person whose opinion really matters. So keep trying no matter what. Don't let that despondency get to you. Don't let feelings overcome you. They're only feelings. And if you feel insignificant and that your efforts are worthless, well, of course, next to infinity, you're going to
I only heard you yell like twice.
It's just, dude, sometimes.
For him, we only have something to receive. And so if that's all
I'm
we can
too
do,
old now.
that's it's going to be very, very
I'm too meta.
Yeah.
Let's ask for all these great graces, that grace,
I guess the age of AI, even, it's just, it makes my brain hurt when I start thinking about it. Like, what the hell is it doing? And like, how many button presses I have to do just to move my character. And like, really, dudes? Like, fuck, I'm just trying to move. I'm literally, like, my hand is a spider. But no, whatever the algorithm is, however it works, what is it, Chris? Like, it's oppressive sometimes. No, when it gets in moods, it just goes ups and downs, smooth, and it's probably, that's part of sucking you in. Whatever you call the operant conditioning of it, the random interval, whatever. Like, it's enjoyable, and then it, so, who knows? But, yeah. I think those video games is what's turned all those kids into unfeeling psychopaths.
Yeah.
No, because it's like sports, right? You got to get to where you got to control your emotions. Yeah, these games are so engineered to mess with you, dude, and make you cry. To get good at them, you've got to, you know. So yeah, you got to worry about a guy who can do the same thing 25 times in a row without getting upset and breaking the fucking thing.
Yeah.
No, like, you would be like, I don't know about that, dude. A normal person would have broken that fucking piece of shit and found something else to do. So I don't know about these guys that rub on walls for 6 hours in a row, dude. It worries me a little bit. So determined to do what? Beat the game maker? It's a weird, this adversarial thing between the game maker and the player is just a weird Matrixy shit. It's Matrixy shit, dude. What the fuck are you doing, guys? And then what's the game designer? Why are you making my life so fucking miserable, dude? Right. So, but yeah, there's times they'll literally surround you. I've got 6 cops around me, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, I can't move. You literally can't. You gotta back your car up. So, just like, oh my God. Okay, guys. So. But yeah, it's too much information. They can't run a sim. Probably half of it. Like that's what people halfway are thinking it's a sim, and it's not. It's only generating the world you could see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. I think people want it the other way, but it can't do that, dude. It's too much information.
Yeah. Oh.
That's why people, I think, are getting into the Matrix thing. Because reality even is that what reality is? It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know why the developer has got to keep an eye on me the entire No, dude, Eye of Sauron. I don't know why they design with that philosophy in mind. I don't. You know, and Mario's not like that, right? Mario, it's like you're in the level, but it's just gonna do what it does, no matter what and it's up to you to, yeah. It's not reacting to you. Maybe that's the difference between a game, yeah, so. Oh, this girl is pissing me off, dude.
I'm getting my road rage on.
I guess maybe I was supposed to do the girlfriend thing till it ended. Maybe. I don't know. Or until I got laid. Or whatever. No, and I'm like everybody else. They end up sitting here. It's like an MMO. Everyone ends up sitting there.
Yeah.
Like you want to play it, just, I don't know. But you end up sitting there.
Yeah.
Like life. Everyone ends up sitting in their fucking living room, their apartment. Well, yeah, dude, every time you walk outside, it's ding, ding, ding. It's your fucking human pinball with the fucking money falling out of your pocket. No, to go outside, to move to anywhere, yeah, it's literally fucking ding, ding. And then all those decisions, all those, do I get the medium, the large, deluxe, my bank account, ding, ding. It's like, fuck, I'm going home, dude. I can't take this. Too many flashing lights, too many sounds, too much shit. Like, fuck, man, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, to Netflix. I'm gonna go home, watch Netflix, and chill, bro. Order Ubers. I'm gonna order an Uber. I'm gonna watch TV. This is too much. How much do I tip? Uh, uh, no, it's a lot, dude. It's a lot. Help me in melting down. I can't believe the bars are closing. That's scary, dude.
Yeah.
And the kids don't drink and they don't social, but like bars used to be recession proof.
Yeah.
Like they were. Maybe that's the deal. Kids are doing other things now. Oh, huh. Oh, that thumbnail is killing me.
Approved by Jesuit leadership, 2025, Pope Francis passed away after a decade of serving as the Bishop of Rome and leader for the Catholic Church. He was a colorful, sometimes divisive pope, and one that was generally liked by at least a lot of people worldwide. There are many things that were unique about him and his tenure, but one of the central ones is that he was the first ever Jesuit pope. Indeed, his election in 2013 was a quite shocking historical event when the first ever member of the Jesuit order took on this position. But who are the Jesuits? What is their history? And why was it so special or unique that one of them was elected as the Pope? Before we get into it, I just want to mention and do some shameless self-promotion as I do sometimes. Many of you know that I'm a musician as well, and I make music, and I release music. And I'm actually putting out a new song again, a single with my project Zini called Tasting. It's coming out on September 5th. It's a song that's quite rock-oriented, with influences from Middle Eastern music and Middle Eastern instruments, as is often the case with me. So I would highly appreciate it if you wanted to check the song out and let me know what you think. It's on all the streaming platforms, granted that you're watching this after September 5th. So you can find it in my link tree in the description. If you're watching before September 5th, there is probably a link to the pre-save in the description, so you can make sure that you know when it's coming out. Again, I would really like for you to let me know what you think and to check it out. And if you like it, then share it with your friends and so on. That's all. Thanks so much. The Jesuits, also known as the Society of Jesus, is one of the major religious orders and institutions within the Catholic Church, one that has had a huge influence not only within Catholicism, but also on culture, literature, science, and education more generally in the world. Compared to some of the other famous Catholic orders like the Dominicans, the Franciscans, and Cistercians, the Jesuits came on the scene quite late in history, as late as the 16th century, but nonetheless very quickly proved themselves to be very popular and influential. The founding of the order is traced to the Spanish figure Saint Ignatius Loyola, a priest, theologian, and mystic with a very interesting life story.
You like how they did that little
He was born as Inigo in the Basque region of northern Spain to a family of nobility. At the first chapter of his life, very much sees him follow the expected life of nobility.
That's how they
he
got
was
away with it.
Inspired by the stories of great knights and heroes, and thus he joined the army as a 17-year-old. The hagiographies, of course, claim that he was quite full of pride and vanity in several ways, and his successful military career was a reflection of this. But in 1521, at age 30, Inigo had a terrible accident. When out in a battle against the French, he was hit by a cannonball straight to his legs, which left him severely injured on his right leg. He had to go through several surgeries, all without any anesthesia at the time, which sounds quite rough. His bones basically had to be taken apart and then put back together during these surgeries. It sounds like a very, very unpleasant experience, and it obviously was. And even though he obviously survived, which is nice, it still left him with a limp for the rest of his life. But needless to say, this of course meant that Inigo had quite a long period of recovery ahead of him. But it is in this period of recovery when he was basically confined to his bed for a very long time, very bored, that his religious turn, his religious conversion, so to say, action took place. Recovering from his injury was a very boring experience, and Inigo didn't have access to any of the books and stories about knights and chivalry that he loved so much. Instead, he had to make do with what was available, which in this case was the life of the saints and the life of Jesus by Ludolf of Saxony. Reading the stories about the deeds of the great saints really inspired him, much more so in some ways than the stories about the knights and heroes of old, and this eventually led him to make the decision to dedicate his life completely to God. It is from this point that his life as a person of the church really starts. He initially visits the monastery at Santa Maria de Montserrat, but then goes on an extended stay in the town of Manresa in Catalonia. Here, he basically shuts himself off from the world and dedicates himself to rather extreme forms of asceticism and mortification of the flesh, a phase that lasted for about a year of his life. And even though he eventually decided to abandon this extreme practice and live a more moderate life from then on, it's probably in this period of intense practice that he would lay the groundwork for his most famous literary work, The Spiritual Exercises. Inigo then goes on a brief pilgrimage to the Holy Land, but then returns to Europe to commence his formal studies, first in Barcelona and then eventually in the prestigious and important University of Paris, where he becomes proficient in theology, Latin, philosophy, and the subjects that were expected of an official in the church. It is during his studies that he started going by the name Ignatius, which is now what most people know him by, and it is also during his period of study that he meets and becomes good.
I think Kissinger's still fucking alive somehow. But about talking about, the 70s and population control and all that blah, blah, blah. So now he was talking about, and finally, we're finally seeing the fruit of that. So like, duh, you legalized fucking the pill, you legalized abortion, and then 20, 30, 40, you wonder where everybody's at. Duh, like, this is a direct result of policy that was pushed by these people, dude. So now we have to get through this shit. But they did it on purpose. They want to distract it with like, oh, the Somalis are coming. Oh, dude, you did this. You're the reason. Anyway, it's weird shit. Your sexual-based society, your hyper-competitive, sexual-based, materialistic, meaningless society directly caused this crisis. And that is what they refuse to. Okay, dude. And like, yeah, dude, if those women don't want to give birth to those kids, that's not gonna work. Your little fucking robot wombs ain't gonna work. They don't want to be parents. Who does? Who the fuck does? Yeah, that whole COVID thing was big panic. Oh, you know, and it's like we're all sitting here just fucking, we're all frozen because of the level of stupidity. So we're all like, no, no, yeah, dude, no, they couldn't have been that fucking stupid. Yeah, dude, they play D&D, dude. Yes, they they take flights of fancy in their minds. Yes, like no, no, they really thought. Yes, dude, they did, dude. They thought that shit was right around the corner, man. Fucking Uber Eats and drones. So they thought they the Nazis really believed. Yeah. That's what happens when you're high, dude. Your mind takes leaps that it shouldn't take.
Yo.
So yeah, they're all fucking high as fuck. No, that COVID thing was weird, dude. That was weird what they tried to do. That was weird. And the fucking Pope went along with it. That was fucking weird. Oh, we're all gonna go to church on the internet? You really believe that? No. But yet then we're gonna have this group of people who still go outside and work on our shit. Well, we all and they all happen to be brown. Coincidentally, in a strange coincidence, all the essential workers also happen to be dark skinned. It's just a coincidence though, dude. And we're all behind our walls in our private estates. All the public shit was shut down. They tried to instantly shut down all public recreation. That didn't stop the rich people from swimming in their pools. Or their fucking mom, satanic, dude, level. Say the fuck. So yeah, I guess God let him do it just so we could all laugh at him. Like, what the? But yeah, imagine your last name being Hitler. Like, that's what we're here. Sorry, I know it's preachy, but yeah, that's what we're here for. Make those fuckers change their last names again. That's why they have to change their last names, dude. That's why they're all hiding shit. You catch them fuckers on tape, like that. See, yeah, dude, this is who they are. Anyway, what is too much?
Huh?
Too
Much what?
You feel my too much?
Oh, a little bit. Still trying to wake them. Yeah.
No, I'm just. It was good. I was listening to one of the Catholic guys, and he's my age, maybe a few years older. But he was good about putting it in perspective. Like, we got no idea what the future or our kids are going to have to face. Like, just like our parents didn't. They had no idea. So, let's do the best we can. Teach your kids the best you can. See what happens.
Good friends with the people who would be very important for his historical legacy. These schoolmates of his included people like Peter Faber, Francis Xavier, and the figures who would basically make up the founding fathers of the soon-to-be Jesuit order. Because indeed, the Gang of Friends would soon have larger ambitions.
Because they're
They've
normal
been preaching
people.
a lot on the streets of Paris and in Spain,
I think those
and would meet
actors
regularly
would
to
even
discuss
come, that's
plans
how
and strategies for further preaching of the Christian faith. This included a vow they took in 1534 to go to the Holy Land together for
because
a
they couldn't
period.
find any of those people
However,
that are
unfortunately, this actually
fucking
never came to
normal,
fruition due
dude.
to the uneasy political circumstances in the region. While they waited for a better
Even Joe
opportunity,
Rogan,
they offered
he's
themselves to the
out
Pope
there, dude.
to do
He
whatever
thinks
he
his
saw
life
fit
is
for their
normal.
ministry. But it soon became
You
clear
know-
that the trip to the Holy Land probably wasn't going to happen at all, and instead they turned to the idea
you
of
guys
starting a
ain't
new
normal,
religious
dude.
order altogether.
With Verizon Home Device Protect, when coffee
do. I
needs
think it's part
keyboard,
of it.
we cover it.
That's why they're going to YouTube. That's why they're going to
all gathered in Rome to discuss the formation of this order, to write a formula that described what it was to be, and then to appeal to the Holy See for approval. This approval of the order came in 1540 from Pope Paul III, thus marking the official foundation of the new order, which went under the name the Society of Jesus. This was quite an unusual name. I mean, most of the orders, like the Dominicans and so on, they were named after the founders or foundational figures of those orders. So the Dominicans were named after St. Dominic, the Franciscans after Francis of Assisi, and so on. The Jesuits, however, were named after Jesus himself, which is quite a departure in that tradition. And this was actually would become rather, quite a controversy and something that a lot of people criticized them for. They thought that naming this order after Jesus in such a way was quite self-aggrandizing in a certain way compared to other orders. In any case, with the official founding of the order, Ignatius was named
In my lifetime, imagine how far football has come. From a working man's game with working man stars to Showtime. No, dude, to diamond earrings, limos. That's just in my lifetime, dude. That's a huge cultural shift. To go from a working man's game that men watch, dirty, it was known for being dirty and tough, and to a show. Multi-million-dollar parades, fucking chick, like, dude, a show.
So, yeah, I don't know, I guess, because I was in Missouri, we just didn't take our football that seriously. At high school level, at least. The football team
Well, that's an Oklahoma thing.
was like any other normal
It's an
team.
Oklahoma, Texas thing.
Yeah.
Is the high school football thing.
And that was like the Sand Springs parade, and with all the football players and cheerleaders, and I was just like, this is a little weird. Because it wasn't like that. It was just a normal game, like a soccer game.
We had like the normal football players and were popular kids, and we even had a dude that made I think him and his brother both made the NFL.
Yeah.
And one of them may have made it into the Hall of Fame. So yeah, football was a big deal in our school, but nothing like here. Like they weren't even the most popular kids. And just being on the football team didn't make you a popular kid.
Ours was.
There was a few of the people who were on the football team. And even being a cheerleader wasn't an automatic you were a popular kid.
No, that was not automatic.
Like you got to wear the uniform on Friday, and so you were a cheerleader, and that was something, but that didn't instantly mean you were one of the popular kids.
No, and people saw you, so then they halfway knew you, but no, you weren't a popular kid.
And one or two of the cheerleaders would always be one of the popular kids, but it wasn't.
But I was gonna say even a lot of our cheerleaders were like level B. Like, no, you weren't popular. You weren't a geek, but you weren't popular. And the football players were the same way.
Yeah, and most of our popular kids were just popular for being like they weren't.
They were just
the popular kids, and they'd been that way since junior high is when it started. And it was the same group, and some people came in or might have left, but it was pretty much the same cliques that formed in junior high. It was the same cliques.
Ours was too.
That we went into high school with.
Yeah, and then they just did whatever they did. Like some of them played sports.
And then each clique had the most popular people within that. It was like the Outsiders, dude. It really was.
So, but yeah, when I came here, I just thought it was fucking weird because I haven't seen anything like that. Like, no, and same thing. Like the only time I remember a sports team having a nice bus.
Yeah.
That was our girls' basketball team, and it's when we went to the state championships.
And no, they own these. These are theirs.
No, that's what I mean. And we rented it.
Yeah,
it was a charter bus.
I remember seeing college teams with those buses, and people were like, fuck, dude. But then they're like, hey, there's a lot of money in college sports. You don't realize. I'm like, oh, okay. But now you're seeing that shit in high school, dude.
That's what I'm saying. So as far as seeing that kind of bus with a wrap of your school shit on it, and like, no,
And then the most expensive facility in your school is the fucking football field, dude. That is crazy.
I gotta say, hopefully they revamped it. Like our high schools was looking a little rickety, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, no, like,
So, but yeah. But I mean, football's a big deal, and it's a profession to a lot of those guys. It's, not just that. You got to think about Jua. Jua went through the athletics program, and she's employed in athletics. So yeah, it's a real deal. I get it, but fuck, man, that's an oaky thing. The trope is real, dude. They don't like books, man. They're very social and they're very athletic. It's outsiders, dude. It's social and it's athletic. That's what they like.
Yeah, and then even them being into their
But that's Indian. That's very Indian, dude. You don't realize they won't admit how much Indian they have in them, dude. That's why you like football, bro, because you guys are very Indian still.
But no, and then even the college sport teams.
Yep.
Now the way they run around with the
Mhm.
OSU stuff.
Now, in our defense, Michigan was pretty big on their college football. Even when we went there. No, it used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah, everyone heard of Michigan.
Is it Saturday college? No, it was everybody had their flags out. Either Michigan State or Michigan. And everybody was watching the game. Remember how Tony would watch the games? Everybody would watch the games. It was where you were going to watch the game.
Yeah.
Then if you had stuff that even my dad, I remember we'd run around and then we'd grab a hamburger somewhere and the game would be on and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It was big. But that's not everywhere. That's just in areas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, OU has always been big. It's not college football. Like OSU tries to compete nowadays, but OU has always been big in Oklahoma.
Is that the one that everyone?
It's OU.
Orange and.
No, Orange is OSU.
Oh, that's OSU. Okay.
And their state school, kind of like Missouri State, have been trying, gotten big. But OU.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been big for football since when I was a kid. That was that Barry Switzer. Remember his name? Yeah, he was one of those big college guys.
Yeah.
But they won a bunch of championships back in the day. So, well, that's because they don't have a professional team here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So, yeah. But they have a lot of cowboy fans here. You can really tell people's character. A lot of them. Are they a Cowboys fan or are they a Chiefs fan? I'll tell you a lot about them. I really will. If they're a Cowboys fan, they're not in the school. They're not in the education. Not bad, but they're not. If they're a Kansas fan, they're more Yankee-ish. They're more civilized, whatever you want to call it, dude. I don't know what you want to call that. That cultural difference.
Yeah.
So, but it really does go through here. Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
No.
It goes right through here, man.
First superior general, which he remained until his death in 1556. But before then, he had already led the order into some major activities, managed to spread it and establish the basic features and practices.
It's the North and the South.
This he did by writing works like the Constitutions, which became the basis for Jesuit rules, principles, and priorities for the rest of history. He also composed, as we saw, the so-called spiritual exercises, a book aimed at a more personal and complex regimen of spiritual practice that would lead to experiencing the grace of God directly, even in a kind of mystical sense.
That's the deal. We're on the edge.
This work has also been very central for the practices of individual Jesuits across history. But now that the Society of Jesus was actually founded and established, what were these principles more precisely? What characterized the Jesuit order and their activities, and also compared to other similar orders?
Yeah.
Well, anyone who has just a tiny bit of familiarity with the Jesuits will know at least one aspect that they are famous for, which is their missionary activity. And this is indeed one of the most central characteristics and principles of the order. They were insanely active missionaries and very successful missionaries from the very beginning. Basically, very quickly spreading to many new corners of the world to spread the Christian faith.
I know.
Well, because they used it mean, dude. They used it with that little double undertone thing.
You see this, for example, in the life of one of the most
ruins the
famous
shit for everybody. Like,
Jesuits,
God bless you, or
Francis Xavier, who went on a long and dramatic missionary journey to Asia, first to Goa in India, but eventually leading the very first mission to Japan, where he was also quite successful. We'll return to the story of the Jesuits in Japan a bit later on. Xavier then also planned to carry on the mission to China, but sadly passed away.
But anyways, that's exactly what that is.
Another very famous aspect of the Jesuits is, of course, their relationship with the Pope.
Because you wouldn't call it a miracle.
While there has certainly been a lot of conspiratory interpretations of this, as well as many misunderstandings and misrepresentations, it is certainly true that there is a close and special relationship here.
It could run for a little.
We saw before that even before the order was officially recognized, they had made a kind of vow to follow the orders of the Pope. And as they were recognized and when they composed the formula and the constitutions, this relationship was made official.
But as of right
on a practical level, what this actually meant was that the Jesuits made a vow to be missionaries. And since the Pope is effectively the one who gives orders on where, when, and how missions are to be sent and conducted, this of course connects them with the Pope and the papacy in a very significant way. It is not, however, as John W. O'Malley points out, a quote vow of loyalty to the Pope as such, but as many have misleadingly interpreted.
The first time I took
the structure and strategy of the order, as summarized in the constitutions, was quite distinctive and unique compared to other religious orders in several different ways. For one thing, it argues to a much more significant degree for the compatibility of Christianity with quote-unquote secular culture, and this would impact Jesuit activities a lot historically. The main strategy of missionary work carried out by them was through education, by building schools all around Europe and the world, where they would teach not only fellow Jesuits or even Catholics, but students of all walks of life and denominational adherence. Because of their openness to quote-unquote secular culture, the Jesuits and their schools were often directly involved with and interested in things like theater, producing plays, music, studying the old classics of Greece, literature, building observatories to carry out astronomical calculations, and much else. These school activities were unique in several ways. As I mentioned, they were open to lay people and were tuition free, so that anyone, regardless of economic position or class, could enroll. The Jesuits thus became schoolmasters, dedicated to education in various fields, and became very good at it too. The wide scope of their education, including secular fields and science, meant that Jesuit schools became a training ground for important historical figures in these vast different fields. In other words, the Jesuits contributed significantly to the way education works today, and would also produce some significant scientists and cultural figures historically. Speaking of the world of theater, John O'Malley points out, theater had by then become a distinguishing mark of Jesuit schools and was considered by the Jesuits an essential component in their educational program. It taught poise and eloquence, the mark of a leader in society, into practice. It sparked enthusiasm in students and rescued them, at least for a while, from the drudgery of the classroom. Even schools of modest size generally produce 2 or 3 plays annually, which further anchor the institution as an essential element of the cultural life of the city. The limitations of school drama are well known, but to put it into perspective, we need to recall that Lope de Vega, Calderon, Andreas Jacob Binderman, Corneille, and Molière received their first training in theater in Jesuit schools. And in the wider field of art, he says, as Baroque culture developed, the society became ever more identified with some of its leading artists. Gian Lorenzo Bernini, a friend of the Superior General, Gianpaolo Oliva, designed for the Jesuits the new church in Rome of Sant'Andrea al Quirinale, completed in 1671, one of the gems of Baroque architecture. Oliva, at the urging
no guarantee, you know, and that's where I was at. I'm like, they kind of got ran into the dirt here, so I don't know. And then, like, when you're mentioning timing belts, if it's loose, like, that's just a big, you know. So, yeah. So that's why I was surprised. And it was that last part, that O2 sensor. I guess once he put that in, it was all like,
It helps too, yeah.
So.
Well, it's adjusting. That shit all works together now. It's not mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it adjusts the fuel mixture and all that stuff. It really affects how it runs.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And then when first hopped in and you started right.
No, that's when when I went first saw him and he started it up without, and I was like, dude, that's already.
It's already.
We can get it, almost going to get started before.
Yeah, that's already quite a bit. So.
Look. Yeah, those poor kids without cars, that's rough. But there's lots of them, dude. They go to the East Coast. That's the traditional. And you figure it out. You get a taxi, you adult it. You got to become an adult real quick. And she did. She called Grandpa Matt. But yeah, that's what you got to adult that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Those transfer students from Shanghai, dude, they're not. I bet you some of them have to get hotels over breaks and they can't afford to fly all the way back. Some of those people, like, they're doing life savings type shit, trying to get their kid an American education. I guess. I don't know what they're doing, but like, we had transfer students at OTC, I remember.
And some of those, like, some of it, I bet you, like, yeah, they're just on their own. But some of them that are transfer students, sometimes they have hosts. Like, didn't you say even Carrie hosted a transfer student?
Yeah.
So, like,
That was like a guest thing.
Yeah, and it may not, but they may have her where, like, yeah, over the breaks, like, you go, or then eventually they meet friends and they go stay at their friends. Yeah.
And it may even be there's a thing with the school.
That you have.
Because they know that, so they have a liaison or someone that helps.
So, like, yeah, if you're transferring from, like, yeah, way far away.
No, dude, there was. No, I remember at OTC, there was people from like Asian countries who would come. What the fuck?
I know, it's just like crazy. Because you're like, what are you doing here?
But I think an American education overseas, I think, is, and then plus learning to speak English.
Like really well.
Well, like, yeah, in the culture, it makes you really valuable back home.
Yep.
So, because that's the business language.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, all they need is.
And now you have the internet.
Yep.
So you can,
But yeah, but everyone says that immersion is fake. So like, yeah,
they send them over here to go to school.
English classes all the way through high school. Then they send them for a few years to be immersed in college.
The language. Yeah.
By the time they leave in 4 years, they're proficient.
Oh, I gotta go to the smoke shop.
They're proficient English speakers. So
yeah, I gotta go to the smoke shop.
I've got cash for you.
Good. All right.
Of Bernini, meanwhile engaged Giovanni Battista Gauli, known as Baciccio, to decorate the interior of the Jesuits' mother church, the Gesù, and gave it the form it retains to this day.
My son.
But as we said, the purpose of these schools was, in the end, to serve in their missionary activities. And it is really here, again, that the core story of the Jesuits take place. They would open up these kinds of schools all over the world. Aside from Europe, they quickly established themselves in India, especially in the city of Goa, but also briefly in Japan, as well as very successful missions in Central and South.
You wanted me to get that headlight.
I was almost going to pick that up too when I...
Like, might as well get it out of the way.
I was going to stop and get some fuel injector cleaner.
Oh, okay, yeah, perfect.
And I might get that motor oil treatment and add it. Just got to drain a little bit of the oil. I might do that.
Yeah.
Add those two right now.
That'd probably be good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, like, Like I know headlights really.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
You never know. No, some of the newer things, they make you replace the whole fucking headlight. I think we're under that still, but no, supposedly the new ones charge you for the whole fucking
the
unit.
headlight assembly.
Yeah.
I looked it up already, and they sell just the bulbs,
bulb,
which
good.
would indicate to me it's you don't have to get
Yep,
the whole assembly.
yep.
But like, yeah, there's plenty of.
And that might be internet fear mongering or
Yeah.
whatever, but no, a lot of
But
that
it
new
might be
stuff, no,
true.
they're trying to sell transmissions as one and not selling you the parts.
Even I was looking at cars. We saw some crazy shit. What was that one that it was like you couldn't even look at the because it had a
No, they're trying. Teslas are bolted. You can't even see underneath. Like, dude, fuck you, Hitler. No, that's crazy shit, dude. No, because that's a fundamental like, what do you call that? It's the right to resale and the right to own. But Sony even started that shit with the like Microsoft, where you don't own the software. You just have and then they all followed Microsoft, dude. Microsoft tried to do the shittiest shit they could. And then whenever they got away with it, other people would follow their lead.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So yeah, no, we never own your car. You never, fuck you guys, dude. That is so un-American. Like junkyards and mechanics are as American as it fucking, and working on your car, dude.
You know, say the old like.
You can't work. Are you fucking?
The old like. No. You check the oil, you check the water, you check the tire. You just those three basics.
Yep.
I was gonna say you saw online where they had cars you couldn't really check an
Yep.
oil dipstick. Like,
Yep.
what is that?
There's different shit. Yeah. No, they're trying to. That's what they don't like that. It's amazing, but once you imagine they're fucking evil vampires, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what the founding fathers said. It's like, dude, there's this thing that you have to push back against. Like, if you don't push back against it, it will naturally enslave you again. And unfortunately, that's what we're finding out. It's not like they all sit down and start twisting their mustaches and going, but this is just natural, dude. It's a force that some men will try to enslave other men and they won't realize it. They'll justify it however the fuck they no them black people are so happy. No, they'll fucking justify it, dude, and you have to push back and assert your yeah, and one of that shit is it's my horse. So I can do what I want with it. And that's one big deal we're having to push back. And that's why every time I see them Okies driving them big ass fucking new trucks that can't be worked,
Yeah.
I'm like, you're part of the problem, dude. You're not part of the solution. You're literally part of the problem. Don't spend your money with somebody who does not like you, who is actively working against you, dude. That's the free market. Stop, because he ran a commercial and he said you were a cowboy. Dude, your grandfather is rolling in his grave right now and laughing at you. Your grandfather that wore those bib overalls because they were a good price and good quality and he didn't give a fuck what sticker was on it. He's fucking so embarrassed of you, dude, that you've gotten sucked into the world and you literally think you're not, but you're sucked in even more than those people on the street doing drugs don't give a fuck what they're wearing, dude, because you do. No, you give a fuck what you look like, you give a fuck what you're wearing, you give a fuck what you're driving, you give a fuck where you live. Who's okier, dude? The dude in the park who don't give a fuck anymore, or you? With your Stanley fucking cup and your yoga pants. Dude, this is too much. And you all look alike. But you want to act like you're old-timey. Dude, it's too much. And then you tell me my Christian niece has got her ass kicked and is married? I'm glad I didn't go. I would have been uncomfortable, dude, as a man. And you got to cover up. You can't be walking around grown men like that, dude.
Yeah.
That's not fair to me. Well, I got to look at the ground the whole fucking time
Yeah.
so I don't accidentally look at my sister's kids' ass cheeks, dude.
Yeah. What's funny is she did have it covered.
Oh,
Like, no, it was the minute she got out of the pool, wrapped that
well,
towel.
good.
Yeah.
Fucking.
At least she knows.
But yeah, just go get a fucking bathing suit. Those biker shorts were in for a minute. And those are kind of cute. I don't like them either.
I was gonna say,
But when you're running around the splash pad, that's actually and going between the splash pad and the fucking park and they really were. I was like, I don't know. But then I thought, oh, it's kind of cool. It's all right. Well, but yeah, that's just like that fucking Senna and that shit. Like under boob is too much, dude. Actually, and it's the same with the curve down here. Exposing that curve is too much, and you guys, everybody knows it. Like walking around with under boob hanging out. The fuck. That's comic book shit, dude. It's curves. It's fucking curves, people. It's soft curves. Like, it's unfair. It's got to be breastfeeding. It's got to be something. It's a mammal thing. It's got to be way down.
Yeah.
That's how we find the boob when we're babies. So.
I think it's got to be something with art too.
No, that's what I mean. That's why it's in art, I
Uh-huh,
think, because it goes so deep in us. It's got to be the boob. Like
because when you first start drawing, and you're drawing women per se, that under boob is the first thing you do to give them boob.
Oh, to give them. Oh,
No,
that makes the boob, the under boob.
The under boob makes
the shadow.
boob.
You put the shade in
Even
there.
more so than the cleavage.
It's the little.
It's the little curve right here, and as soon as you do that on a figure,
Yep.
it's a girl.
Yep.
Like so.
So yeah, you can't be walking around flashing under boobs.
Yeah, it's the under boob. That's why I was like, no. I was like, that's like very first step.
Yep. And the butt is too much. Cool.
Yeah.
That is when you see one of those, you're like, okay, that's too much. Now, if you're in Brazil or maybe even San Diego, you know what I mean? But like an adult beach, yeah, I get it. But if you're like running around at the splash pad, yeah. So. Who knows, period. All I know, they're not getting laid, I guess.
South America, among other places.
That's pornography, probably.
They were active in social work, interacting with kings, living in the world, and participating in the culture.
Hence, we
have many stories of Jesuits even from outside.
And one is probably good. People aren't having sex as much.
Yeah.
But I bet you that's more a symptom of something bigger too. Just the whole reason there's no bars like there used to be or dance clubs. And people still talk about going to the clubs and all that, but like I don't know how you'd met. Fuck you, they don't even know how many comic shops there are in the country.
Yeah.
I remember they tried to find that out. It went to a fucking yeah. Cartel's gonna knock on your door soon, Zach. You better stop doing AI searches on how many comic book shops there are. No, that was a little thing for a while. I remember a few years ago. That's when they found out, like, yeah, we don't even have any fucking idea, really, what the fuck these people are talking about. They don't. We don't. We don't know what's selling. We don't know what's selling. We don't know what's a kiosk in a fucking mall. So. And then that's when we all found out about the candy stores in, I think it's England. There's like some Turkish gang or something.
Yeah.
In like England, and one of their gigs is opening candy stores, and it's obvious money laundering fronts, and then the cops will shut them down.
Yeah.
But like before they get shut down, they'll take all the candy out, and they'll open another fucking store, and it's always the same candy when you go in, and it's like a local joke. And it's that like fucking Wizard of Oz candy, or what do you know, Willy Wonka's candy, that shit you ain't ever heard of. But it's because some of that shit is like 25 years old. They just keep moving it, and they're not trying to. Anyways, it was a funny,
Yeah.
and that's a real deal, I guess. It's a problem in England. And they have all these like our mattress storage. So yeah, we started learning.
I told you.
And that was before Trump and Elon even, but that's when people like, how much of this shit is just totally fake, dude?
I told you that was like going into some gas station in El Paso, and there's like a woman with two like kids under the age of 4 running around, and like I start looking around at the shelves, and it's like shit I ain't never heard of. I was like Mexican candy, I guess, but then like everything's like coated with this layer of dust,
Mine is.
and I'm like,
I like when you go in somewhere and it's like out in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and you walk in and you go use the bathroom, and you come back out and there's like there's bounce dryer sheets on the shelf just in case. I get it. But bounce dryer sheets, bro? Really? But yeah, maybe they might have sold. I get it. Yes, someone really needed dryer sheets. It was an emergency, and luckily you were open.
yeah. I actually went to some gas station in
Like,
some little Okie town, and it was like,
but I've done it. I've bought shit before at convenience stores, but yeah,
it
like,
was hilarious, dude. It was like normal gas, but then there was like this whole, like it looked like they had accumulated shit that like Dollar Tree didn't want any. And it was just like this random.
was that where you go in? There's like little statues
Yeah,
and little and pocket knives
and
and
school stickers.
you're like,
And you're like, what?
nobody's buying this. There is no way. There's no way people are buying this,
Like,
dude.
but then it's like a little country store out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm like, well,
You never know. You never know. Yeah.
It could, I guess.
No, that's all those warehouses you drive by, dude. They're full of all this shit. And all these no, they're just full of all this shit, dude.
Nobody wants.
That nobody wants.
Nobody wants that shit.
Fuck, man.
That's why it's here in the middle of
A fucking butt fuck nowhere.
Ogie law.
And I just keep thinking, like, I don't know how much you paid for those dryer sheets, but I hope they sell eventually.
Yeah, I hope you got them with some sort of discount.
And then inflation went up, so that factors in. Like,
I don't know, man.
But yeah, that's why all that shit went corporate, dude, because corporate can hide all that shit. They're big enough. They just the weight, they throw all that shit in the trash and they give you new bounce dryer sheets every couple years. Because it's got to be on the shelf. It's got to be that shelf space has to be filled.
Yeah.
If they walk in there and those shelves are empty, they're gonna know something's up, dude.
But yeah, no, I walked into legit fucking
Yeah.
mafia, whatever.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like I don't know, but this ain't a real store. I can tell you that. Like, I've been in enough stores. This ain't a real store. This is not a real store.
So,
There's no way.
I thought those tobacco stores were fake, but like when we go get our tobacco,
No,
there's always a few people in there.
Yeah.
So I thought all the vape stores, and there's some, like
There's
that one down
some.
there never has people
No.
by the smoke shop.
Yeah, no, there's
A lot of
some.
those vape shops got to be tax write-offs,
Yeah,
fronts or something.
no. There's for sure, there's some I don't believe, but like, especially the ones like the one we go to, where they're selling tobacco, they're selling cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're selling, like the pipes and stuff.
Yep.
Like those seem like they're a little. I mean, they have people in them.
Yeah,
And there's
yeah.
always people when I go into. I mean, it's rare there's not someone in there. So, like,
Yeah, some of those stores.
but like the Vape Mania, it like specializes in just vapes. Those ones I'm a little suspicious of. I'm like, I don't think there's that many people buying vapes. Like
The
not
one
like
in that
that.
strip mall down there, like I said, I don't know if I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't.
And I think those T-Mobile stores are funny now.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit's funny. Like you're just propping shit up, dude.
Yeah, it's just a little off. A little off.
All right. I'm out.
We got Labor Day stuff today.
I'm out.
I think I'm making potato salad. I'm also gonna try to work on you guys working on on the cars. I think I may try to work on reorganizing the clothes.
Okay, we're gonna fix that closet. That's part of the plans. Yep, you heard me.
What do you mean?
We're gonna take it down. We're gonna fix it. No, that you cannot use it like that.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm gonna figure out the dresser, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Like playing one more mission in GTA, or it killed me. It killed my desire. Yeah.